What experience of yours is so crazy? You don't tell people about it because they wouldn't believe you. Back in high school a few years ago, I had a photography class with my best friend, and we went to NYC to take pictures for an assignment. We were walking through Times Square, and there's always people trying to hand out flyers or comedy club promos, bus tours, etc. This pretty girl got our attention, and she was talking to us about a book. I can't remember the name. Anyway, she's explaining this book to us, and suddenly she's like, I have someone who can talk to you about this book in more detail. Como with me. And she grabbed my friend and I by the arm and starts walking us somewhere down like 42 AV, if I remember correctly. It ends up being a Scientology church. At the time, I had no idea about Scientology and was just curious what the heck was going on. So she walks us through the door, and immediately a small group of people approaches us. She tells them we want to join, and their eyes light up. One of the leaders, I guess, comes over, and the girl basically hands off to him. He leads us down a hallway and says something along the lines of, "We have a special movie for you." So we're brought into a small theater, if you could call it that. Maybe like 20 chairs and a small screen. He says the video lasts about half an hour and leaves, closing the door behind him. After 2 seconds, my buddy and I finally go WTF and head for the door. Turns out, it's locked. We looked around the room for any other door, but it was dark except for the light from the screen. I really did think we were going to get gassed. The video was about how each of us all have untapped superpowers, and this was more or less an instructional video of how to activate them. It was so absurd. When the video ended, they opened the doors and asked us to fill out a contact form. Nope. We beelined it for the door and got out immediately. Headed to Midtown Comics to catch our breaths, and then went about our day. I've told people before, and they've been skeptical and dismissive by saying, well, why didn't you just get out immediately? Or why didn't you break free from the girl, etc.? IDK TBH. In the moment, I didn't feel threatened or scared. I wasn't even sure what was happening, because it was so sudden and quick. It wasn't until we got in the little theater that we both opened our eyes and went, dude, WTF is going on. So yeah, kidnap might be a strong word, but that was my one and only brush with Scientology.